Thought we forgot about you, huh? Well, finally back. This episode of Slander is brought to you by Determination, and a big shout out to my friend and former guest of the podcast, Ash, for loaning me some fucking equipment so I can keep doing this goddamn thing. But a lot of things been going on lately. I can't really get into it. I don't want to call anybody out like that. It's not fair. As far as the future of this podcast goes, the only thing anybody needs to know is that it will continue. I just don't know how or in what form yet. But for now, I have some temporary equipment that I'll have to make do with, which is, again, thank you, Ash. This is some badass setup here. This Sunday is Dog Fashion Disco. Hope to see a bunch of people there. Uh, fuck. Compassionate Care. It's gone through a couple rounds of voting now. The Finance Committee. No, I think believe it was the Health Committee actually approved it, and along with the Assembly. So we're waiting on one more vote, from what I understand, from the Finance Committee, and then on the 19th of June, it goes to the full Senate floor for voting. It passed overwhelmingly in the Assembly, and it passed pretty well through the Finance Committee. So, not the Finance, I keep saying Finance, I mean Health. Damn it, I'm rusty. What do you want from me, people? Not much I can do. But all that, and because of the craziness, I do owe an apology to the guys at Bong Hits Radio. We were supposed to start with them, but due to the madness, things happen. What are you going to do? But it does feel good to have a microphone back in front of me because I am rusty and I'm supposed to be talking for a living soon. So, I figured I'd get back on and do this while I sit in a very awkward location. For the first time ever, I'm in a completely foreign location for this podcast, which is a little weird for me. But, I'm living the dream, I guess. Not really, but, what are you going to do in a small town, right? But what do I want to talk about? I don't know. Fuck if I know. If you can't tell, I'm rolling solo today. My co-host isn't here. It's a complicated situation. I respect privacy and boundaries. But just so you know. But if you excuse me, I'll have to take a brief pause real quick because I have to check to make sure that this whole setup I'm running is working, because I'm flying solo and running new equipment, and we all know how that goes. All right, I'm back. This is it's May 29th. I'm recording very early for me. It's about 1 in the afternoon. Usually this is very geared towards late night work when stir crazy tendencies take hold and you kind of start to go batshit. But what I wanted to talk about today is the thing that's been eating away at me that I'm going to think about for weeks. It's self-doubt. The problem with it, for me, is it's valuable. It drives me mad thinking about how, without it, how do you ever expect to improve? But at the same time, it fucking messes with you in the sense that everything you do, you think is shit. So, where does the line draw? And I mean, finding that tightrope balance with it is damn near impossible. And even if you achieve it, you won't know it because you're subscribing to it and you're doubting what the fuck you're doing. So in the end, it's a hogwash, and that's when you get involved in the petty, I need validation from other people to know that I'm worth anything, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, without it, could you honestly say that you would like who you are? I mean, self-doubt and self-deprecation, that's a fine line. I mean, when you cross into self-deprecation, that's what most comics and stuff thrive on. So yeah, that's kind of it's important to the trade. But the problem is, your entire life is stained with that cynicism that you can't let go of. And the problem with it is you keep over and over having certain instances where you see a situation and you call it in your head, and if if you use that degree of cynicism and then it validates itself, now you've just learned an ugly truth. But the thing is it really a truth? Because do you know anything? Yada, yada, yada. But back to self-doubt. The problem with that is, for most people, I believe, is they don't know how to push through it. It's very normal. I come from a background where I constantly doubt myself because growing up I was always told I was wrong. So naturally, everything I do, I'm thinking I'm fucking it up, even though I know I'm doing it right. So what do I have? I have to just push, lower my head, push through that shit. And what happens is after a while, like for me personally, I can't speak for everybody. I gain a sense of comfortability, a way to transcend the limitations, because anything new that you're gonna try, or anything that's worthwhile, is gonna be fucking hard. Whether it be mentally or physically. Now, I think it's Stephen Pressfield, War Art, talks about resistance in any creative endeavor or any project you're working on. I mean, if you're working on something that's a work of passion, regardless of what you're doing, I think it's creative because you have to come up with creative solutions, or you push the parameters of the existing field you're working in, and you want to innovate. So innovation is essentially creativity in a different form. And I'm losing where I'm going with this, but most don't know that it's okay to shit on yourself, but you gotta cut it off at a point, because then you cross into self-deprecation. Now, me personally, I can handle that. Most can't. I mean, you would rather turn a blind eye, continue living forward, and ignore that nagging voice in the back of your head. That nagging voice is there for a reason. You know that, right? It's telling you that your mediocre bullshit is dragging you down. And I don't know how I transitioned from self-doubt into this, but I'm going with it. The thing is all these conflicting things, I believe, stem from society, and the self-doubt and all that stuff, self-deprecation, ignoring obvious telltale signs of what's going on. All this is encouraged, and you're systemically sick because you're in a sick society. So what's the solution? The solution is to listen to that self-doubt. Indulge in a little self-deprecation. These things lead to remaining humble. And without being humble, you have nothing. Because hubris and arrogance is always the downfall of any person or any body that's pursuing something beyond the average every day. You get drunk on your own, not necessarily power, but success. Now, this all becomes a matter of semantics. What's success? How do you define that? Is it monetary gain? Is it a big house, a big car? Is it just being happy? Is it having fun and laughing with your friends on a Friday night, not giving a shit about what comes Monday, and your boss can go fuck himself? I mean, personally, I subscribe to later, fun. Everything's bullshit. Why take it seriously? Now, I also understand that there's people in a position where they have to worry about certain things because they have kids, they got responsibilities and stuff. But again, that's self-accountability. That's fucking on you. There's no way around that. I mean, you might have accidentally had a kid with a chick, and the dynamic might be really fucked up, and it was a statistical long shot, and it still happened. Does not matter. Everything that happens to you in your life, to some fucking degree, there's a kernel of it that is your fault. That is not a bad thing, because if you start with that building block and you expand forward, you're able to now look at things to their root causes. That's what I've learned in life. Is that it's kind of like a tree, and you're going to have your base and your roots, and you're going to come out and you're going to branch out on all these side aspects, and the complexity is ever growing. And it's almost like the interconnected network of mushrooms, how it becomes even crazier and crazier and crazier. So with that being said, you have to realize when you're looking at a systemic problem versus a root cause. So something, let's say, I've been seeing this shit a lot lately online, and it's pissing me off, is fucking the abortion shit. Okay, first of all, that is a round and round fucking argument. For a reason. It is meant to distract you. There is no argument. If you do not believe in abortion, then you do not have an abortion. That's it. Simple as that. And as far as you wanting to protect unborn fucking people and it's a human life, you're arrogant. That isn't a fucking. That's not an objective opinion. That's just your subjective. It's subjective and it's your opinion. That's fine too. But you cannot force your beliefs on other people. Now, I'm not saying one way or the other on the topic because, again, it's irrelevant. But the point being is you don't legislate policies based on personal beliefs. You legislate them for on an objective mission. You want to cover the spread and give people the option to choose for themselves. That is it. Again, if you do not believe in it, you do not do it. If you believe someone's going to hell for it, you let that person go to hell. Okay? You may think it's your responsibility to save this person. No, your responsibility is to make them aware of your opinion, and they will do with that what they will. Just like when somebody asks my fucking advice about a shitty relationship, and they don't take it, and they don't take it, and it keeps happening, and it keeps happening, and it keeps happening. There's nothing you can do after a while. That's it. There's no more pushing beyond that. So my point is, abortion, one, it's a distractionary argument. Two, it's a systemic one. See, the problem with that argument is you got to go to the root. And the root is, sociologically, you're conditioned to toss this around as it's an important issue, just like gay marriage, all this other shit. Which, on a side note, not to get on a tangent, gay marriage, whatever, man, you want to get married, but seriously, you shouldn't want to get married because fuck the institution of marriage in itself. But other than that, yeah, you have to trace that down to, okay, why the fuck is this going on? What's perpetuating it? And you've been sociologically conditioned to perpetuate an argument to keep you distracted from focusing on important issues, such as, what is capitalism doing to the world? What is world economics if not just a form of fucking slavery? Is the imminent collapse of the dollar coming? What are we going to do about the energy crisis? There is no energy crisis. The only reason there is one is because we fucking say so. Germany just converted 74% of its energy to renewables. You're telling me that America can't do the same? Get the fuck out of here. The point being is it's a style of thinking that's wrong. It's there's a good quote out there. I can't remember who it is. I want to say it's like Judeo-Christian. I can't even say the fucking name, to be honest with you. I could try to sound smart and I could try to fake it. Nah, it's not worth it. But the point is, it's not a crisis of like the physical nature. It's a crisis in consciousness. It's a frame of mind. It's the ability to just exist and think and contemplate and that be enough. To know that resources are just that, resources that can be allocated as any way we see fit because we're the only fucking species that manipulates its environment to the degree that we do. So if we are able to, push for such amazing heights, can we not keep innovating to suit the needs of the many? And we all know the technological gap is a big one between what's actually going on and what we know about. Any form of power structure would adopt that kind of fucking train of thought, slowly dole it out and feed it to us because you want to try to tamper that floodgate. The problem is we're reaching a point where critical mass is going to hit, and that's just going to not be an option anymore. We're going to be fucked. It's going to hit us like a ton of bricks. We're not ready for what's coming. See, we're stuck in these perpetual arguments about science, creationism, and what's this, what's that. Okay. First of all, I love science. Don't get me wrong. But it is not the fucking end-all, be-all of shit. It's not. It's just data. And the problem is we lack any sort of capability to put the said data into context. You need to tell a story around the information. Now, this is, I know it's what I was railing against here. It's hubris to try to do so. But the thing is that's where the humbleness that I was talking about plays in. Is you do so, but in all likelihood, you, in the back of your mind, maintain that you're wrong. And that is kind of how science works in its own way, where it continuously tests some hypotheses. But again, science is looking at a specific thing. Now, where's the hypotheses for like the philosophical grand scheme? Is a philosophy a pointless subject? No, it's not. And the people that want to say that are usually fucking cowards. They don't like to think existentially or have a thought about a thought about a thought about a thought. That's okay. It's not easy for a fucking reason. Anything, like I said, worthwhile is not fucking easy. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be fucking scary. It's not. It's gonna anything that makes you uncomfortable, that you're thinking about or treading into. That shit you need to embrace. That stuff you need to push further into, not into action, but at least entertain the ideas. Therefore, giving you a more well-rounded approach to everything in general. You have to be able to empathetically put yourself in situations that allow you to continuously evolve and spiral out and keep doing this shit. So you're able to encompass things at a bigger level. And I'm sure I've covered shit like this in its own subverted way in the podcast before, but this first one back, and I'm just trying to get like my finger back on the pulse of where I was at, what I was doing before I got wrapped up in my own melodramatic bullshit, which I hate, by the way. I fucking hate interpersonal problems that are stupid and mundane. I may be elitist because I don't deem them important. I don't give a shit. But that comes to the biggest problem of all of this thing that I'm talking about, is the minute you start thinking in a more encompassing, out of society's conditioning way, you are going to encounter massive problems because the collective that surrounds you is not going to fucking enjoy that. So what do? Give up, not do it? Is it not worth it? No, you find like-minded fucking people. This is the age of interconnectivity. I'm doing a fucking radio show from a shitty little living room right now. How fucking far have we come? And you're telling me that you can't reach out and fucking find somebody that thinks like you? Get the fuck out of here. And if it's, I don't want to change my social circle. I don't want to push my dynamics any different. What am I going to do? I can't make friends at my age. Fuck you. Coward. Listen, I'm not saying there's not days where I want to pull the blankets over my head and not face the world. We all have them. But I get up anyway. I get a cup of coffee. I smoke a cigarette. I deal with my fucking day. And yes, I have the vice of smoking. Blow me. I get it. Your after school special, it's going to kill you shit. We're all going to die. It does not matter. Oh, it's an ugly death. Well, then I'll go out like Hunter S. Thompson. Like in my 60s, I'll put a gun in my mouth and end it on my fucking terms. I don't care. Morals and ethics, the ones that you consider anyway, very relative. I mean, obviously, don't go out there and fucking kill people and be horrible. But what you do to yourself is your fucking business. As long as it's not fucking hurting other people in the process. Even if it's just the way you're emotionally treating yourself. If you actually have close loved ones and it's taking a toll on it, you need to not be such a selfish prick. That being said, all this is, again, relative to anything. The fact that we're fucking monkeys and we grew we have opposable thumbs, and for some reason at one point curiosity infected our brains. That's the only thing I can come up with. For some reason we went from just conducting ourselves and moving straight forward in a linear fashion of survival to stopping and asking why. That is the crucial fucking evolutionary point of human consciousness, because evolution stopped biologically in us a long fucking time ago. We're pretty much basically the same for the past couple thousand fucking years at least. So I like the theory of it's become exponential, and it's evolutionary as a force is now external from us in the biological nature of things. It started in consciousness, and then we created vocabulary, and then it's out there, and then ideas started fucking mingling with each other and exponentially growing upon that. And then we created technology through the Industrial Revolution. Then we really got into it with computing and all that shit. And all that stuff follows the same dynamics of the principles of evolution, where it's exponential growth, and once you put that shit into existence, its ripple effects are going to be fucking unimaginable. You're not going to know. There's unforeseeable consequences to every little action taking place. It is the butterfly effect in a way, where just the smallest ripple. I mean, let's say you talked to somebody years ago, and it was a girl you liked. Buddy of mine's going to get this reference. And years later it comes full circle, and you never could have predicted that. Like, say, I don't know, fucking 3-4 years later, something comes full circle out of the blue. That's what I'm talking about. The statistical madness of what that would take for it to happen. Because all you did was drop something in the bucket years ago, and apparently it manipulated this other person's psyche to the extent where they reach back out to you. That is life. That is craziness. Now, we have computers. We have the internet. We have computing power itself. Just it's computers making faster computers. So, if that's evolution, should our not like our own consciousness become more complicated with each generation? Should it not exponentially grow, and therefore we leave back the own mundane issues that we always used to argue about, like in our rear view, because we come to a conclusion that that's not really a problem. It's just us with our fucking head up our own ass. But these are the things that nobody wants to talk about. At least not in a mainstream sort of way. I mean, obviously TV shit's just fucking terrible anymore. As far as intellectual thought process and stuff goes, don't get me wrong, I'm a sucker for some of the storytelling still on TV. I mean, the new Fargo series is fucking awesome in my opinion. Which pisses me off in a way too, because it depresses me, because it's like, fuck, they got me. But, I like to not think sometimes, because I think all the time. The difference is I'm using these things as tools, whereas other people are using them as means for a substitution for what like we used to consider having a life. TV is not the problem. The internet is not the problem. Your cell phone is not the problem. Facebook is not the problem. Twitter is not the problem. Gossip is not the problem. It's you. It is you and the way you interact with the fucking things that surround you. It is your choice to do as you are. Now, I personally don't pull my cell phone out every fucking 3 seconds and check it. I don't have it out when I'm having a conversation with somebody. Why? I like living. I like being aware. This excites me. That my senses going off in this fucking fractal anomaly of a universe. I mean, fuck's sake, all we know, the Japanese are starting to prove that this is all fucking hologram. And they're tying it in with quantum physics and something else. I was reading the article. My brain fucking hurt. But I read it anyway. I don't fully understand it. But I'll keep kicking around the idea until maybe I fucking get a grasp on it. Just because I don't understand it off of Jump Street doesn't mean I fucking should give up on it. Well, I mean, will I ever be a quantum physicist? No, not meant to be. Fuck, I want to be a comedian, for fuck's sake. Not being very funny right now, but, the podcast is my venue for, like, the serious thoughts where you just have to digest. So, do yourself a favor. Take a few minutes every week. Do something that encourages brain activity and digest. Come to terms with things. Accept, let go. Accept, let go. It does not matter. It may hurt. You may be right in the sense of the word where it's like all the facts would support you in a court of law or something. Not really our courts of law, because they're not really. Yeah, that's a whole other fucking topic. But if you were to be like vindicated in an argument, like I was right even though I still lost, like that does not matter. That's your pride. Fuck pride. Worry about functionality. Worry about not getting caught up, not having bullshit stop you. Cut the cunts out of your life. And make sure that you can fucking do what you need to do. I mean, that's always been my biggest problem, is that I put myself in situations where I allow others to fuck me up and fuck my progress up. And I've realized this over the years, and I've started trying to distance myself from that type of behavior. And it works, because while I may not be able to close that floodgate, I can minimize the damage at least. A little collateral damage control. But otherwise, you just have to accept shit. You have to, like, if somebody's gonna be a certain way, you have to take it for what it is and move the fuck on. What else are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit there and argue? Are you gonna sit there and drag it through the mud and make your own existence miserable? Now you're choosing misery. Now you're just a dumbass. I don't think logic is supreme overall, because the entire nature of existence is illogical as fuck, because we're not able to place it in context and understand it yet. But I believe there is a day where it will come, or whatever being that exists, because once augmentation starts on human beings, who knows what the fuck we'll call ourselves or what we'll become. There will come a day where the fundamental understanding of this nature of existence is here. And where will you be? I mean,
when all this snowball really gets rolling, are you going to be on the side of progress? Are you going to be aware of it? Will you ignore it? Will you ignorantly deny it because you're scared and you don't know what else to do? All these things are going to happen. I mean, augmentation is coming, and it's going to be like some bad fucking science fiction movie. I mean, they're already talking about blood cells that are artificial that can make you hold your breath for 4 hours, and um, automated limbs with sensors on it so you can feel hot and cold, and you can pick stuff up and it's pressure sensitive. They're fucking making the Iron Man suit with exoskeletons and shit. You know, people that are paraplegics can walk with these things. They're also doing studies where they take cells from younger mice and put them into older mice, and I don't know exactly how it works, but it's reversing the effects of aging. That's not even well, it's technically technology, but it's not like the technology you would think of. But it's definitely technology. It's scientific. It's breakthroughs. We've completely mapped the entire human genome. I mean, it's going to be like Gattaca, the fucking Ethan Hawke movie, for anybody that's old enough to remember that thing. You know, once you can genetically modify and engineer your own offspring, where's the limit? What's the ethical boundary? And then, that's when stuff like the fucking abortion arguments can be hilarious. When we can fundamentally manipulate life, like really fundamentally manipulate, we can already manipulate life pretty hard. Are we not, in fact, God? Is it not, in fact, our control? There was a time where we just fucked to procreate. That time has passed. There's obviously enough of us. I mean, fuck, there's billions and billions and billions of people on this fucking planet. We're not going extinct from underpopulation. That's for goddamn sure. So the dynamic needs to change. We're running on momentum. It's just, this is what we've always done, keep doing it. This is what we've always done, keep doing it. Instead of just stopping and going, wait, what the fuck is going on right now? What happened? Who the fuck let you all in charge? But, I'm just reiterating shit I said on another podcast, man. I'm like, I'm like parroting some Joe Rogan shit right here, like a fucking shameless fanboy. But I don't care. That's what the point is. Spread the message. I'm not making any fucking money off this. There's no personal gain in this for me. It's therapeutic. This is my way of decompressing. That's until I could get this equipment up and running, I was losing my fucking mind too. I know what it's like to get plugged into that momentum. You need to step back and realize that you're just in a current situation. It's not your actual life. It's just the present moment. And it can change in the next moment if you make it. If you step out of context, if you push yourself in another direction, if you surround yourself with new people, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I can be like this too. And that was all just bullshit. And that's where I'm at now, people. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. I gotta be a little more patient until I can get things going. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the only reason I want to have success is just so I can point to the things that I talk about and go, see, and try to help other fucking people. I mean, I don't think that as many people has mental instability issues as we think. I think you're just suffering from very normal stuff. Don't get me wrong, definitely crazy fucking people out there, and you need to be on antipsychotics and shit. I know that. I'm not ignorant. I'm not making a blatant statement like that, but there is definitely a huge chunk, and we all fucking know it, that does not need the shit. I mean, you get some minor stuff done, and they just throw pills at you. Just do. They want you hooked. See, everything is addiction. Addiction is weird, and it's hard to understand because the way it's been subverted in this country. But we get addicted to habits. We're habit-forming creatures. We like our things. We like to do what we like to do, and based on external factors like where you grow up, all this other stuff, that's how it's going to be. It's going to influence who you are, your decisions, and there's theories saying that it's already known what you're going to do in your entire life. All that, it's all preordained because of whatever. And I think that may be true, but I think the difference in where free will comes in is it's the path. It's how you interpret everything. It's how you experience it and how you choose to take it. You can arrive at the same destination, but with completely different mind frame. And that is acceptance. It's not trying to. I mean, you always watch those movies where somebody learns that their preordained fate is this, and they do everything in their power to change it, but because they did everything in their power to change it, they had arrived at that fucking thing. The power of suggestion is a powerful, powerful fucking thing. But on that note, I just wanted to do a quick one and let you all know what's going on. This podcast will continue. I'm not sure what's going to happen. there's some things that I will talk about coming up and explain why things have been the way they are, and where this is going and where I'm going and all that good stuff. And I mean, I've missed you all fucking 8 people that probably listen to this fucking thing. If more do, I love you. Keep listening, please. Trust me. Like, share, do whatever. Follow me on Twitter at Cody Vanetta. I'm running with new equipment, so this isn't going to be as nice as the old ones probably because I'm used to the other editing software. But it's good to be back. I'm not going anywhere. This whole fucking world can suck my dick for all I care. It does not matter until they black bag me. I'll be here, rambling as always, until the end, like a crazy conspiracy theorist. But don't get it twisted, people. I'm no fucking Alex Jones. I'm a realist, not crazy.